Repacks and pack weighing have been around since the dawn of time when it comes to TCGs, and I want to have a discussion about them and how they relate to Flesh and Blood. Now, just as a high level summary, if you don't care to listen to my ass ramble very long, essentially all I'm saying is be aware when you're buying loose booster packs for Flesh and Blood, where you're getting them from, and understand that there is a risk that they have been one, weighed, or two, resealed. So, resealed is someone gets a loose booster pack wrapper, takes cards of Flesh and Blood, puts it back into the pack, and then reseals the top. Pack weighing is when someone gets a very precise scale and takes this and puts it on the scale, and based on the weight, they know if there's a cold foil or a rainbow foil, depending on the weight. I believe the cold foil is a little bit less heavy than the rainbow foil in most sets, but overall, I just wanted to bring awareness to this. Just full disclaimer, I don't know of anyone who's doing this out there in the dark webs. No one's really come to me and said this is happening, but I think that if you've been in the trading card game hobby for more than like a half a minute, you know that this stuff happens and you know it occurs. The world's a very big place, and when money and monetary values in the game, you know that this is a very high potential for occurring out there in the market. And if you're buying loose booster packs of Flesh and Blood, it's just a risk factor that you have to take into consideration. And instead of buying a loose pack of like Tales of Aria, hey, maybe you buy a full booster box. Maybe you can do that. Or maybe find it from a more reputable person. There's other avenues for the most part, or buy the single cards you need. So I just wanted to bring awareness to this and more of just talk about hey, you know that this is happening. If you're engaging in markets when it concerns a loose booster pack, just understand that this is the risk you're incurring. Now, before I get into it, I want to give Legend Story Studios an extreme amount of props for solving a lot of the issues when it comes down to reseals in particular. Now, what I think was a masterstroke a while back is when they moved into the eco packs, the paper packs. Paper packs are very hard to reseal and make it look legitimate. Now, can you reseal a paper pack and use like super glue and some random stuff that is not really going to make it look good? Yes, you can reseal a paper pack, but you can't do it in a way where it looks legit once it's open. The problem with these other, like the standard booster pack wrapper, right? These plastic wrappers, is that there's ways that people, and I'm not going to disclose this on this video. If someone says in the comment section, I'll probably delete the comment. Just putting that out there. I don't want to, promote doing it, but I'm just saying there are ways where they can, reseal it and it looks pretty damn good. It's very hard to really catch with the untrained eye if it's done well. So Legend Story Studios made an amazing move to the paper packs, and once you open the paper packs, they just rip the shit out of the pack. It's very hard to reseal the top because you can't get a top like this where it's just open. The top usually rips off here and there, and the method used, it just can't reseal it. So overall, Legend Story Studios has done a great job, I think, at addressing the core issue. And honestly, I don't think that they have to do anything other than that. I think that that was a massive, massive win for the game overall because it really does make it so it's very hard to reseal. Now, something else that they've done, so that's resealing. Let's talk about pack weighing. In the past, I think it was Dynasty, there's a bunch of packs that had uneven amount of cards in them, which was interesting. It's like sometimes you get 2 rainbow foils, sometimes you get no rainbow foils, sometimes you get 1 rainbow foil. It mixed up the pack weighing, and I don't know if that was intentional, but I thought that was really neat. And I know for a draft experience, that's probably not the best. And I think with the whole expansion slot, it adds that too, to where it varies up the pack weight. I don't know if those were specifically intentional ways to reduce the amount of people who are pack weighing, but I thought it was a pretty cool idea, right? That they were varying the pack weight. Because if you have a booster box that has 24 packs and one has the cold foil, then one pack is going to be different weight than all the rest. But if you vary up the foiling and everything in all the packs, then you have all these discriminant amount of weights that is hard to weigh. So I think that that's a good way to combat people pack weighing. And for a lot of stuff like, Tales of Aria, you're not going to have that many people resealing this. The biggest things that you have to be concerned about are alpha and WAC, WTR, Arcane Rising, Crucible War, especially alpha and arc, because there's really big hits in those packs that are worth thousands of dollars. So that's why people want to do it, because you could pull out $1,000 card, replace it with a $10 card, reseal it, and then boom, you not only have the $1,000 card, but you can resell the tampered with pack. So that's something that you should all be very well aware of. For the longest time, that WTR, Arcane Rising, Crucible War have this big inherent risk because they have the old school packs. So it's good to just know the people that you're dealing with. Now, judge packs, I want to talk about that because that's like the new type of thing that I think could be a weird area when it comes to pack weighing, especially because the cards in the packs are worth hundreds, if not maybe $800 for the Cold Foil Art of War, not sure. Judge packs, if I can just give you an overall summary, I really like the overall concept. I like how LSS is giving them to judges and saying, hey, we recognize that you're doing a service in this community. Here's a little something on the side. This isn't compensation, of course. This is just here's a special thing that we created just for you guys as a recognition for doing great things in the community. And I think it was a great thing that they created that method to give these type of recognition promos to the judges. Now, the whole secondary market on there kind of concerns me because you have packs of judge packs that I don't know if they can be weighed. And I'm not going to spend a couple $100 of my money, or it would probably be $1,000. I probably have to weigh all of them separately and all that stuff to see if there's weight discrepancies. Because if you look at the cold foiling between a Cold Foil Art of War and then the commons and stuff, there does look to be like a different distribution of foiling. So it does concern me that there are possibilities in my mind where they could be weighed. And that is just concerning and something, if you are buying these judge packs, to be something very well aware of, right? Is that you're incurring this risk. It's more incentivized to buy the single card that you want versus buying 10 of these judge packs and you don't know. I think if you do really, really want just to open your own judge pack, personally, it makes sense. If you go to an event and you see a judge being handed the pack from LSS to the judge, and then you're right there, eagle eye like this, and then you pay the judge for their pack instantly, right? Then you know that changed hands very fast, and there's almost zero chance for it to be tampered with. So that's something I think I could, pepper in there if you're interested. Of course, not investment or a procurement advice. I'm just a normal guy in a normal room, but it's all about hedging your risk, man. I hope that's very well understood. I don't mean to freak anyone out here. There is a risk in the room. How do you address it? That's what I want people's mindset to be. There's a risk. Okay, well, if there's a risk, if you're at the event, you see just get a judge pack, you hand them their $100 bill and, $150, I don't know how much they're going for, and then you get the pack, you know that the risk that you incurred is far less. And something else that I'm concerned is I don't know the ability to reseal them. I think that it's a lot less, again, because of LSS's brilliant move to go to the paper packs, and I believe the judge packs, from what I saw with my eyes, is that they are paper packs, so it's very hard to reseal them and get away with it. So I think that it does have that extra layer of protection, but still, these are one of the most valuable, monetarily valued packs in the game of Flesh and Blood at this time. So I think that as consumers of this product, if you want to consume this product, I personally don't own any judge packs. You should definitely be well aware of that and just think about is this a possibility, and talk to other people out there. Honestly, I want to open this up as well. If there's anyone out there who's bought in 20, 40 judge packs, hit me up. Tell me, are you able to weigh them? Are people out there that you've heard of doing nefarious things? I'd really like to know. I'm not saying it has happened. I'm just saying that repacks and reseals and pack weighing has been around since the dawn of time. And this is an area that I think has sprung up in the last year that is definitely making me a little concerned, and I just wanted to put about PSA around it. Now, to end this video, again, just to summarize, just be careful when you're, interacting with this market. It's definitely tough out there. And something I did in the past, it was 4 years ago. I'm going to rant at the end, right? This is Bronson ranting time. So I wanted to bring awareness to this type of issue of repacks. And I didn't want to be more of a just abrasive dick about it. And I wanted to make it more fun and light-hearted, right? I made this Bronson's Jank Booster Pack opening game. And it was when I first started making content, so the camera is very grainy. It's very odd to watch, and my voice and everything, I was still getting the hang of talking to the camera. I still have it up. I'll put a link down below, but I want to talk about the whole premise of it because I think it was genius content. And I think if someone who's better at making content than I am remade it with that same type of narrative, then you could just make really, really high viewed content. It's brilliant. And let me tell you the whole synopsis here. And if you're curious to watch, I'll put the links down below. So I had 2 boxes of Crucible of War first edition boxes, right? And I had them back to back like this. And one whole box I resealed. And one whole box I didn't reseal. So this was a whole box of just fresh packs. This is dirty packs that I resealed myself, and I put Pokemon cards in it. I put DBZ cards in it. I put cards from other sets in it. I did some crazy putting random cards in these packs, right? So what I did is I took both of these, so both have 24 packs. I shuffled them around, and then made 8 separate piles of 8 separate piles of 8 packs. I think that makes sense because if you think about it. There's 24 in this, 24 in this. Add them together, shuffled around, and put 8 packs of 8. And then I did 8 episodes, 8 separate videos, where I opened 8 packs. And a different varying amount of packs were opened that have good packs versus reseals. So, the first episode, it might have had 3 good packs, 5 reseals. The next might have had 2 reseals, 6 good packs. Next, it might have been 3 and 3, right? And I did that on purpose because I didn't want to do a set number for a video and then you knew all the rest were something, right? So it's good to mix it up. And I did 8 episodes of that, and it was really fun because basically the concept was, I have to explain it, how I explained it to the camera. So I said, hey, I'm going to pick up a pack. I'm going to show you all the nooks and crevices and everything about it. And you, the viewer, get to interact with this content. And you say, hey, is this a resealed pack or is this a good pack, right? Is this a fresh pack? So before I open it, you get to guess as the viewer, hey, is this repacked or not? And then I open it in front of you, and sometimes it was a good pack, and then sometimes I pulled out a fucking Bulbasaur. It was really cool concept. I wish I did it better, and I wish, what is it? I wish I had a better camera, of course. It's very grainy. Sorry about that, but hey, I mean, it'll give you a little bit of challenge for anyone who thinks that they're good out there of spotting these things. But anyway, I just thought it was a really cool concept. And if anybody's interested in watching those videos, again, I'll put a link down below so you can view. I thought it was a cool concept anyway. It brings awareness because if you think, oh, that looks like a good pack, and then I open it up and you see a fucking Pikachu pop out, okay, fuck, this is an issue, right? It does it in a way where it makes you realize that without just jamming it down your throat. And it does it in a fun way. And I made it's a booster pack opening game. So anyway, I just thought that would be cool to ramble about at the end here. Because I know most of you out there probably haven't really seen a lot of my old content, but I've been around for 4 years making Flesh and Blood content. And that's when I first started making content for the game. And I thought that was a really cool thing. I did consider recently making a season 2. But ultimately, I don't think I need to do that. I think that Legend Story Studios, legitimately, I think that they did a great job trying to fix this issue. Fixing this issue. They made the packs paper for most of, what they produce. Of course, you still have these packs, of course, but they are trying to do their best with the eco paper packs, and those do solve this issue for a big extent of it, in my mind. I think when you have those packs, it's very hard to reseal, which is the biggest thing. Pack weighing is also going to be a thing, but it's very hard to cut down on what that, especially when you make a game that's meant for draft. So, yep, I think that it's really all that I wanted to go into with this video. Let me know if you have any comments, questions, concerns at the end. Overall, I do want to emphasize I don't know of anyone doing this currently. It's just, man, we've all been in this industry for a long time, and if you've been in here for a bit, you know that this shit happens. And there's there's not as much things that the game publisher can do, but I think Legend Story Studios went above and beyond to try to not only fix this issue, but also be more green in the process with the paper packs. So I think that was a huge leap forward, but it's something that I think that isn't really talked about as much. So I wanted to make a video about it, talking a little bit about this. I've talked in the past and about this stuff, but I thought it was a little bit more relevant now, especially with the Judge Pack thing. It just concerns me a bit, and I don't know for sure specific things. I don't want to sound like I'm completely smart with this. I'm feigning ignorance. I don't know if they are being weighed or not, or if there's something nefarious going on with Judge Packs. I just know that it is a potential for happening. When you have, multiple $100 packs, and then the hits can be like $800 or $150, there's a possibility. So the best thing that you can do, not investment advice or acquisition advice or advice at all, is probably go to an event. So you just get a pack, pay them for the pack. So, seems pretty simple. Limit risk. Live long and prosper. Cheers, man.